It's a ghetto people song, only them can sing this world. It's a song for the poor who is facing suffering. It's a ghetto people song, only them can sing this world. It's a song for the poor who is facing suffering. Young Police Channel from Jamaica. Big up, Rastafari. Everton Blender said that.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, I was said to you before, as we continue the journey with this killing of Mandez and John Dixon and Mandez son Cairo. I've been spoken to several people that live in and around the community and those who have intimate knowledge of this killing. This has been something that has been in the works since 2007. They have been planning to kill Mandez after the killing of Palla in Montego Bay, St. James. And we're going to delve back and tell you where it started. It started when there was a war with Tony Brown out there and Danai Williams and all these people. Yes, and Mandez, Mandez is close to Tony Brown. That is Angela Brown Burke's father. And Paul Burke, which is Angela Brown's husband. We're going to let you hear from Mandez's brother too. He's going to tell you some things. One of Mandez's brother who's related to all of these things, and to show you that Mandez have influence, but Mandez wasn't a killer. And some people say that he has a heart of gold, because he tried to steer the youth away from crime and violence. That's what they said. So, it's all up to you if you understand. And at one point in time, he was in England, make a lot of money. And he tells the people that he made money and it was the labor rights that helped him. Some people quietly whisper that they thought that Mandez was labor right because Mandez's father, a man named Mr. Austin, was labor right. And live on the hill in Warwicker Hill, and everyone know that he was labor right and live on Warwicker Hill. I didn't know that they allow labor rights to live in their community, because these people are they're just different kind of people. Yes, so there isn't a single. So the reason why they kill Mandez on that date, it's of significant meaning. Why they kill him on that date. So there isn't a single universally recognized term for the act of killing someone on the anniversary of their death as an act of revenge. So when them kill Mandez on the date, 17 years to the date of Palla's death, it was sending a message. 17 years, they haven't forgot. 17 years. They waited 17 years for this moment. Yes, 17 years. Imagine how many youths from then, you understand. So the act, so 17 years. Though we can explore some concepts and capture elements of this complex motive, the act combines elements of retribution, symbolism, and timing, creating a chillingly symbolic act of vengeance. So here are some possible terms that might convey the depth and intentions behind such an act. We are going to details and you're going to hear what happened, before even Palla was killed. So that's why they were even pointing finger at one point in time to Danai Williams, his handler, because Palla disrespect even Danai Williams. You can't do that. So that's why they said that Danai Williams got police, because the girlfriend said that a man dressed in a police uniform and the other one that looks like a detective. Yes. Just like that's the one that Shabdan. He's the one that dressed like a detective. So these people 17 years away upon to kill Mandez. 17 years. And he thought that all is forgotten. You have to understand that in a life of criminality, there's no holiday or retirement. So the term, one where I tell us, anniversary retribution. So this term focuses on the timing and motive by choosing the date of the victim's own death to carry out an act of revenge. The killer signals a form of anniversary retribution. So them believe, boy, alright, Palla, a killer. Nobody not supposed to kill him. And yet still them kill the wrong man. Because the man who kill Palla, him still there jail. And the other man, I don't know if Sterling still in a police force. You understand? Him now Montego Bay, I don't know if Sterling still in a police force. And Sterling is the other man along with Shabdan. So this timing isn't accidental, but rather emphasize the fact as a deliberately form of payback, meant to highlight a sense of settling all score. So when them kill Mandez, that was really because them so you saw life funny. Him help take care of this boy financially. Them give the boy police and all of these things, but yet this boy was a sleeper cell that's waiting to explode. That's why we tell you there's no honest criminals. So that's why he ended up losing his life. You understand? That's how it is in the criminals and the world. There's no honest criminals. So the term underscore the calculated and symbolic nature of the act. By killing on the anniversary date, the killer uses timing as an additional message, as if marking the date itself as a form of retribution. This symbolism intensifies the impact, suggests that the killer see the death date as a fitting time for retaliation, almost as if closing a cycle of perceived injustice. Them can see it as honor killing. In some contexts, this could align with the broader concept of honor killings, where the motive stems from restoring a sense of lost reputation, respect, and our dignity. In this case, the anniversary elements serve as a reminder of the perceived wrong and a public act of righting that wrong in a way that meant to resonate with the original events. So them are sure all of the people them where Mandez was around to say, when you kill Palla and you we make certain say you dead back on the same day where him dead 17 years ago. And we had 17 years to kill this man. So emphasizing the timing, chronological payback underscore the intention behind choosing a specific date of the victim's original death. This term suggests that the act is not just about killing in revenge, but about using time as a weapon, reinforcing a message that spans beyond the moment of the act itself. So while no single term currently encapsulates the specifics of such killing in a universally recognized way, each of these terms shed light on aspects of its intentions, method, and symbolism. Ultimately, the terminology we use would be guided by the exact context, motive, and cultural backdrop as we, try to figure out the message that the killer, intend to send by choosing the anniversary of the original date for revenge for Palla. So, as we tell you, there could be 4 reasons: anniversary, retribution, symbolic revenge killing, honor vengeance, and chronological payback. Yeah, so, that's how life when you choose a life as a criminal. You understand? So, residents, about 17 years of man I made for this, Residents and residents of Rockfort and Warwick Isle are grappling with the tragic loss of Artavia Austin, known to many as Mandez. The 51-year-old life was cut short in a violent encounter with Junior Creary, also known as Whopper. Mandez, a man whose heart was described as being like gold, was trusted and respected by many in his community. However, it was this very trustfulness, perhaps even certain naivety, that ultimately cost him his life. Despite recognizing the risk and sensing that Whopper could be a threat, Mandez chose to extend trust rather than suspicion. His son, Kiro, had even encouraged him to trust Whopper, trying to allay his father's concerns. However, Mandez's decision to overlook the red flags and ignore the warnings that were apparent around him led him into a situation that would prove fatal. By falling asleep at the wheel, so to speak, he left himself vulnerable, an opportunity that Whopper exploited with fatal consequences. The tragedy unfolded following a local football match, an event that Mandez and his companions planned to attend. And in the end, there were going to be a tribute to Gregory Thompson, known as Palla. October 21st, 2024, was both the birthday and memorial of Palla, who himself was violently killed by Linval Thompson, known as Shabdan. I say if we did release this video before, maybe he wouldn't even dead. Although we have the information from when we never did see the significance, because we thought that these people out there knew that Mandez didn't have anything to do with it. And even time we found out that this boy wanted to kill Mandez, we thought that that he would take all the necessary precaution, but as him, naivety. You understand? So the eerie coincidence of Palla's death and his birthday only add to a solemn weight to planned celebration, intensifying the griefs and emotional scars left on the community. So the man wait 17 years to the day for kill this man. So as word of Mandez's death spread, residents of Rockfort and Warwick Hills are left not only mourning a man who was widely loved and admired, but also confronting the harsh realities of misplaced trust and betrayal. Many are questioning the cycle of violence and betrayal that seem to haunt their community, as trusted relationships continue to be exploited and lives cut short in what feels like an unending cycle. Gregory Thompson, widely known as Palla, was a feared figure in Rockfort, Warwick Hills area, marked by a cold and unrelenting demeanor. Known for his ruthlessness, Palla was undaunted by anyone, including his handler, Danai Williams. This fearlessness fueled the suspicion of Rockfort residents, who often point fingers at Danai Williams due to Palla's audacious behavior and open defiance, in which man disrespect Danai Williams in front of 4 police officers out there by Jarrett Lane. Diss them. In one notorious incident, Palla humiliated Danai Williams in front of 3 police officers, a bold act that highlights his lack of respect, even for those who held power over him. So that's why them say, a Rockfort man kill him. Even when him go down them, they get money from Danai Williams. But him a dummy still. You understand? Him a dummy. Yeah, him feel like say, him must steal. You can't. Or if you this the man where I take care of you. So that's why them feel say Danai Williams was a part of it. And them feel say Mandez was a part of it. At the time, Mandez boss and Danai them didn't have war, but it seemed like Mandez and Danai Williams them patch up them differences and they were friends, so to speak. So during the violent clashes in GX Road, Rockford, Palla's influence became even more evident. He orchestrated blockages of the community-made roads with debris, creating a formidable barrier that hindered the movement of the security forces within the area. His authority was unmistakably when a known gangster, Vivi, attempting to clear the road, Palla confronted and chased him away, asserting control over anyone who dared to counter his orders. However, the defiance eventually led to a friction between him and Danai Williams, who was responsible for his financial support. Williams, infuriated by Palla's resistance, confronted him publicly. Yeah, and him dissed Danai Williams right in front of the police them. So Danai Williams have to seek help now from people, INI, PMP, LGBTQ+, criminal organization, and the standoff required outside intervention to diffuse the tension and restore order. So here comes Colin Campbell, a well-known figure, ultimately stepped in, providing Palla with $150,000 to lift the roadblocks and allow normalcy to resume in the area. This situation underscored the extent of Palla's influence in Rockford. Financial incentives, not authority, were often the only way to sway his decisions. Palla's defiance reached new heights during a meeting at Pegasus Hotel, attended by high-profile, high-ranking officials, including Deputy Commissioner of Police Mark Shields. Yes, and then you have other politicians and all of them people there, Colin Campbell, Philip Palwell, and all of these people. And during the meeting, Palla and Artavia Austin, known as Mandez, them engaged in a heated argument. Danai Williams was not present, although the war was between Danai Williams and Tony Brown at Angela Brownberg father. This so Palla was representing Danai Williams in a meeting. Danai Williams a part of the war, but him not there. So Palla, I might done. Tony Brown or George Flash never come to a meeting, but Mandez went there as a representative of them. So them engaged in a heated argument that left officials questioning Palla's background and boldness. Kind of diss up Mandez inside of the meeting and all kind of thing, and I say, oh, Mandez, them protect the labor right, them even labor right for dead and this and that and all kind of things. Because I said, this war need to stop. You understand? And, you know, this tit for tat and we are killer for one of that. And him inside there and I say, we labor right for dead and all kind of thing, and Mark Shields and everybody else. I say, wait, who's this guy? You know, and them I say, boy, he might done, you know, and all of these things. So his audacity in challenging Mandez openly reflected the deeply ingrained rivalries and animosities within criminal underworld of Rockford. However, Palla's reign came to a brutal end in Montego Bay, St. James. Yeah, man, see him here, where he was killed, an act that many attributed to his defiance and audacious demeanor. His influence extended beyond his presence in Rockford, affecting the community long after his death. The taxation of residents, a scheme imposing financial burden on the community, was reported initiated by John Dixon directive and was enforced, and figures like Pops, yeah, him is the mastermind and the financier behind the killing of 5 men. Pop's role as the orchestrator of violence demonstrates the complex web of influence, power, and characterize Rockford's underworld, where figures like Palla and Mandez operated amidst both support and rivalry. So Octavia Austin, known as Mandez, had his own place within the turbulent community. So after numerous incidents in Rockfort, tension between Gregory Thompson, known as Palla, and his handler Danai Williams, it reached a breaking point. Palla, despite being financially supported by Williams, showed little regard for him. In a brazen act, openly disrespected Williams in front of the community. This act of defiance further entrenched Palla's image as a man who feared no one, not even those who have significant power over him. And that's where you're making a mistake. So that's why the people in Rockfort them say, when you can't tell us Danai Williams kill him, but when I take up for Danai Williams, because I tell you the truth, you understand? Who really kill him? Police involved, yes, a police named Sterling. Them the man they hired assassin. The man they kill all police too. Him kill a policeman and the policeman wife in a Montego Bay. And them kill him for a drugs man named Spy. We have to find, but you know that why you have some dangerous police at Jamaica. And them say me used to work at Huntsby too. You understand? So as violence escalated in the year, Palla made his dominance known. Yeah man take over the place and nobody, you know. You understand? No one could talk to him. So the killing of Octavia Austin, known as Mandez, on October 21st, 24th, was not a spontaneous act of violence, but meticulously planned and an orchestrated event, an operation led by a figure called Pops and supported by others within Rockfort community. For years, a cloud of suspicion have loomed over Mandez and his alleged involvement in the murder of Gregory Thompson, also known as Palla, a feared and influential figure within the community. Palla's death over 17 years prior in Montego Bay, St. James, left unresolved tensions that simmer in Rockfort. They believe that Mandez, alongside Danai Williams, had been instrumental in Palla's killing, left a deep mark on those loyal to Palla, and spark a desire for what they once considered street justice. To these individuals, Mandez's death was not merely an act of retaliation, but a symbolic reckoning carried out on the same date that Palla had been killed years earlier. This act of vengeance signified more than just retribution. It was seen as a carefully chosen poetic echo of history that underscored the unbreakable ties of loyalty and memory within the Rockfort community. The choice of October 21st as the day to carry out the killing was a clear message, a chilling reminder that the streets hold onto their own account of justice, with grudges often kept alive for years. So we don't want to believe it. When you name upon the other man, them can't go back out there, them are dead fall. The only thing is that because them have the curfew out, they don't want them thing, that's why I don't hear people are dropped like fly. People start move already and all of them things. I don't know all them people live them life. And guess what? You send them move go elsewhere, the other community them know that too. The operation involved careful coordination amongst Pops and his associates, who meticulously tracked Mandez's movement, waiting for the opportune moment to execute their plan. Mandez, years of navigating these dangerous waters, believing that he had evaded accountability for his alleged role in Palla's death, ultimately proved to be futile in the face of the community enduring memory and commitment to avenging Palla's murder. The hack reinforced the unspoken rule in Rockfort that death, ties to blood, and betrayal are seldom left unpaid. In the end, the killing of Mandez served as a stark reminder to others within the community, particularly those entangled in Rockfort's brutal world of alliance, betrayals, and power struggle, that the past can resurface in unforgiving ways. For many, Rockforts, this act of street justice reaffirmed the notion that loyalty to fallen leaders like Palla is everlasting, and that their legacy will be fiercely protected, even if it means waiting decades to balance the scale. So when a man wants to kill you, when a man wants to kill you, plan for years. So we go back and say the escape of Junior Creary, also known as Whopper, from the Port Royal lockups was not a spontaneous incident. It was a meticulous planned operation involving both his associates and corrupt police officers. This escape was more than just a jailbreak. It was a calculated move to bring Creary closer to a specific target, to Kira, the son of Arteva Austin, known as Mandez. So this brother will come from Slipdock Road, Pops. Him still have family down there by positioning Creary in close proximity to Kira. Those orchestrating the escape sought to create an opening to lure Mandez into a trap, setting the stage for a brutal revenge-fueled killing. So them did one, and them pretend, within the circle as if I did really John Dixon them one, but in fact I was really Mandez. Because for 17 years them have it say Mandez. Why Palla did, but I tell you. So them not saw it in a criminal underworld. You know, if you have no evidence or anything, just an intuition, a feeling. You understand? So for years there had been whisper and simmering resentment among those loyal to Gregory Thompson, known as Palla. His murder years earlier had left wounds that never fully healed among the supporters who believed that Mandez was responsible for orchestrating his death. To them, Mandez killing will be the ultimate act of street justice, a long-waiting reckoning for what they saw as betrayal of one of their most feared and respected figure. So through my killer, them respect him, Yeah, so it go, listen. You understand? What they saw was a man who was taken from them, a killer, who should be alive today, idiot. I don't understand these guys. Or if you kill people and you expect you to live, you want to violate other people's rights, but your rights must be protected. You know, work like that. I just saw it go. You know, work like that, my brothers. Creary, with his deep ties to the underworld and connection to both sides of this vendetta, became a pivotal figure in executing his plan. So when Mandez found out that this boy was going to kill him so naively asked him, and him said the boy go tell him, say, yes, me I will kill you. What a dummy. So the plan's success depend on insiders' help, with certain corrupt officers aiding in Creary's escape. These officers turn a blind eye to this moments, provided him with the means and freedom to escape confinement and follow through on a deadly mission. By orchestrating his release, they ensure Creary would be free to operate without the scrutiny of law enforcement, positioning him exactly where he needs to be to carry out the hit. Once on the outside, Creary wasted no time in making contact with Kira. Through seemingly casual interactions, he drew closer, all the while working to gain Kira's trust. Kira, likely unaware of the intention lurking beneath the surface, had no reason to suspect that Kira's interest in his life extend beyond friendship or familiarity. Creary's approach, however, was a calculated tactic to lead Mandez into a false sense of security, ultimately lowering him into a deadly trap. So when the time came, Creary used his proximity to Kira to stage the ambush on Mandez. The plot reached its climax in a cold, calculated manner as Mandez was drawn in a fatal encounter under the guise of familiarity and trust. In the eyes of those who held Palla's memory dear, Mandez, death was more than an act of retribution. It was a necessary closure, a long-awaited payback delivered by the very forces he once underestimated. This revenge killing sent chilling message through Rockfort. Death tied to betrayal run deep, and alliances, no matter how carefully managed, can fracture with fatal consequences. But in conclusion, it took 17 long years for these men to exact their version of revenge against a man who had no connection to the death of Palla, of Gregory Thompson. None. This man, Arteva Austin, had no connection to the death of Palla. Some of you who believe, who involved in criminality, just look at this case. It took 17 years. 17 years. Remember this man that killed, Mandez. At the time when Palla died, that man was 7 years old. And it took these men 17 years for these men to finally exact their revenge. And an innocent man, Artavia Astin, known as Mandez, who had no involvement in the death of Gregory Thompson, aka Palla. Mandez was unaware that his trust in Junior Query, alias Whopper, would ultimately lead to his tragic end. Days before his murder, Mandez had confronted Whopper over the phone, sensing danger because he had received information that we were going to kill him. Naively, in contact Whopper, sensing the danger and asking him directly if he intended to kill him. Because he had information and the guy take the god off a cross, swear and all kind of thing. Whopper, with practice deceit, assured him that he meant no harm. However, Mandez's instincts were right. Whopper, positioned behind him, was indeed the one who would carry out the attack, coldly ending Mandez's life in an act of misplaced vengeance. This tragedy serves as a reminder of a harsh truth. There is no honor or honesty among criminals. The false promises, the betrayal, and the endless cycle of violence show no one truly finds joy or peace in a life of crime. None. It's a path lined with suffering, not only for the victims, but also for those who choose to walk in it. The decades-long vendetta that claimed Mandez's life is but one link ensnared in criminality. This cycle will persist, claiming innocent lives and perpetuating grief. The story of Mandez is a sobering testament to the futility and darkness that defines a life entrenched in violence and deceit. So as I tell you guys before, if you know an honest criminal, show me one. I have never met one. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel, out.